This man never imagined that a single encounter would completely rewrite his fate. He thought stepping into a dungeon, long since picked clean, would, at best, earn him scraps left behind by others. But deep within its depths, he stumbled upon something no map had ever marked. A hidden cave. At that moment, he believed treasure awaited. Yet when he stepped inside, he discovered it wasn't treasure at all, but a dragon, a monster at the very peak of existence. He knew full well the gap in their strength. Without resisting, he was swallowed whole. But strangely, his consciousness didn't fade. When he opened his eyes again, he found himself reborn, as the lowest of the undead, a mere skeleton. At first, he thought his life was truly over. There was no way he could ever return to the life he once had. But to his shock, he realized he could still use the skills he had mastered as a human. And every monster he defeated, ever so slightly boosted his stats. Once those stats reached a certain threshold, he could even evolve. That meant not only a chance to become human again, but even the possibility of breaking past his limits. He remembered something a scholar once said: humans can only grow through endless training, but monsters can evolve through combat experience. There were even cases of skeletons evolving into ghouls. If he could become a ghoul, then maybe, just maybe, he could disguise himself as a human with clothes. That thought reignited his hope. From then on, he no longer avoided battle. Instead, he actively hunted monsters within the dungeon. In just a single day, his strength had already returned to his human level. Even better, he discovered he could still wield the magic he once practiced as a human. These three powers, swordsmanship, magic, and holy arts, were things he had struggled with for 10 long years, without any real progress. Now, they had become the keys to his comeback. He once caught a glimpse of what a god-tier adventurer looked like. Since then, he had made it his ultimate life goal. And now, as a monster, he finally had a chance to reach that summit. At last, the moment of transformation came. After slaying a slime, his body suddenly surged with power. His stats skyrocketed. Flesh began to cover his skeletal frame. He knew instantly he had evolved into a ghoul, though still far from being human. This was the first crucial step on his path to revenge and ascension.